Okay, I'm back and welcome to part two of the WoW Worldly Black Women, and I'm going to be continuing on into the subject. Where did I last leave off? Oh yeah, so basically, like I was saying, a lot of black women today, it's like they all act the same. I would say 75% of them. You hardly find any black women who have an education under their belt. You hardly find any black women who are natural because they're all wearing weave. They're all, dressing provocatively. They don't have their own sense of style. Basically, they're just following, everything that's of the world. Everything that's just basically appearing through material things and stuff. So it's really sad because at the same time, while they're following all these worldly things and following all these material things that's of the world, they keep losing God. They're losing Yahweh, and they're just basically just sailing further and further away from Him. And at the same time, once you start doing that, basically, you keep following the world, you get to the point where you basically adapted to it, you accepted it. It's like, I'm gonna stay the way I am. I'm gonna stay with the pride. I'm gonna be dominant. I'm gonna be about my money. I'm gonna be about, how good I look and stuff, how many men I can get, what, basically makes me so attractive. And that's basically what a lot of these black women are just going through, because again, it has to go back, it goes back to what I was saying before, that it's all about looks. It's all about rising to the top. Another thing I want to touch base on, a lot of these young black mothers out there, these teen girls who are like 16, 17, and 18, who are having these babies, and they haven't even finished high school. They're still living with their mothers and fathers. They're not working, and if they are working, it's either they're working a little part-time job at McDonald's because they have to provide for the child. And another thing is that a lot of these young black mothers is that they don't know how to be they don't know how to be a real mother to their child, because they're still children themselves. They're still mentally, they're still, a teenager. They're still a kid. And it's really sad because a lot of these young black women, they really believe that, having a child at 18 is beautiful. Really, there's nothing really beautiful about having a child at 18. It's more responsibilities. It's more stuff that you have to, deal with. And it's to where they're just gone. They just don't really understand. And nowadays, abortions are on the higher rate. More black women are living off of welfare and WIC, food stamps and stuff like that. You have a lot of these black women who are just keep having babies. They're not even married. They're not even with the right men who they're ordained to be with. A lot of these black women a lot of these black women today, it comes to the point where you got some black women who are afraid to be alone. It's like they have to have a man. I gotta have a man. And what will happen is that, a lot of these black women is that they will have these different types of boyfriends. And 9 times out of 10, it's usually black guys who are worldly and don't have anything going for themselves. And they're gonna stick with that. So okay, I'm with Jake this week, and gonna see how that goes. And after a few months, she'll do whatever she'll have to do with him. Probably get a little money from him, some sex or whatever, what have you. And then let's say Jake don't want to be with her no more, so he'll just leave her because he has different other women he'll talk to. Okay, and then she's gonna have a rebound and she's gonna go talk to John. So she'll talk to John and go through the same thing. So it's basically a long cycle with these black women, is that they just date any type of guy. There's no limitations, there's no expectations at all. It's just like they just take what they can get, because you got some women who are just afraid to be alone and they just need to be with someone. They had to be with someone, so they just take anything that they can get, even if the man that they're with, who's not even ordained for them by the Lord, they'll still take them anyway. So a lot of these black women, like I said, they'll just settle for less. They won't try to find anything that's better. They won't go higher in the Lord. They won't seek independence as opposed to seeking the independent one. And that's just really sad, because black women back in the day, you know, they strive for excellence. They got their education. They work hard, you know, to provide for their children. Even for these single black mothers, back in the day, they took care of their children. Nowadays, it's like a lot of these young black women in our generation, they're living with their parents. They're still in school. They're going to the clubs, having fun, drinking, partying, while the babies are sitting home with the parents, and the parents got to take care of them, or let's say the grandparents at that. So that's another thing. And a lot of these black women, is that they have the Jezebel spirit on them, and that's with a lot of these black women. I just can't stand to see, you know, some of these black women, what they wear. You know, even some of these big black women, you know, they wear these tight clothes and their bellies hanging out. You got a lot of these black women who want to dress like prostitutes and dress like hookers, and they really think that's cute. Like, they really think that there's nothing wrong with that. And I would say I honestly see black women wear the most craziest shit ever, because it's like they just really don't give a damn what they wear. You know, they don't care how their hair looks. You got a lot of these women who wear these plastic weaves, these lace fronts, these horsehair, tacky looking, colorful wigs and weaves, and it just looks a hot mess. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wearing a nice weave. I think, you know, some women should just pick something, a hairstyle that fits them. But a lot of these black women, they'll wear these weaves, and they just look a hot mess. And I would say 80% of black women will actually wear weave. And at the same time, with these hair weaves, is that they don't look natural. You can just look at it and tell, okay, she's wearing a weave, you know. And then you have some of these black women who wear weaves that look like they come off a Barbie doll's hair. You know, that's the crazy part. You know, if you're going to wear yourself a nice weave, buy something that's some human hair, whatever, and just make sure it looks decent looking. Make sure it looks like your hair. You know, wear something that looks natural. And it's just sad because a lot of these black women is that they're not natural at all. Not at all. It's like they're very superficial. They want to be just like Nicki Minaj. But Nicki Minaj, 80% of her, 100% of her is fake, because from her feet all the way up to the top of her head, it's all been altered. It's all been plastic surgery. You know, if you look at Nicki Minaj before she became famous, she looked nothing like she does today. You know, and you know, Nicki Minaj is a very beautiful person. She is a very beautiful woman, but at the same time, you know, it's that whole Barbie, you know, want to be looking like, a lot of these black women want to look like Barbies. Now you got these black women who want to be blonde. They're dyeing their hair blonde, and now they want to look like white girls, and then they're bleaching their skins. And honestly, a lot of dark-skinned black women, they don't like the way their skin looks. They wish that they look like lighter, like a light skin tone, like Halle Berry or, you know, Lauren London, because, you know, basically the way they feel is that, I'm not light skinned, I'm dark skinned, I'm ugly, I don't look good enough, and that's why it stems back to insecurity and being envious of other women and stuff. If you ever notice, what I with these black women is that sometimes they'll make comments about, other black women and stuff, and let's say like they'll make like certain comments saying like okay, how do I say this? Let's say someone got their hair did, and this black woman will say, "I don't think you cute now because you got your hair did," and stuff like that. Just saying little side comments that just basically just shows how, insecure they are and how a low self-esteem that they have. And a lot of black women, they have a very low self-esteem and stuff. Let's get to the angry black women. A lot of these angry black women, like I said, going back to dominant, women who love to curse, who love to yell, who love to, put hands on men and stuff. They want to act masculine and stuff. And then when a man turns around and knocks your ass out, you want to call the police and you want to cry and stuff. But at the same time, beforehand, you want to be all masculine. You fight with men, you want to yell at them, and you want to step to a man like a man. So you don't expect a man to step to you back like a man. Like, you black women are just crazy. It's like black women, they got to be loud, all the hand gestures, and just calling other black women out their name, like bitch this, hoe that, bitch ho, bitch ho, bitch ho, you this, you that, you thotty, you this, you that. A lot of these black women just fighting against each other. And there's just basically no unity in the black community. It's like everyone is against each other, and which is why the black community is just dying down as the months and the years pass, because a lot of black women, they're not satisfied, they're not happy with their lives. It's like they just want more and more. And whatever happened to just having a decent life in the Lord, which is what the Lord said that we would have a decent life, something that's content, something to whereas you have the Lord, you have a man in your life who's ordained to be with you, a man who is supposed to be the provider, who is supposed to be someone who is the head of household. And ladies, let me tell you, a man is supposed to be the head of household in every household. There is no head of household with the woman. Never. It's always the man is supposed to be the head of household. So for some of you men who are watching this, if you have, black women who are very dominant over you, who claim to wear the pants and who claim to be the head of household, then there's something that you black men aren't doing right, because, even the Bible says is that the Lord placed man over woman and stuff. So a lot of you black women who are listening to this as well, please stop with this whole dominant, this whole wearing the pants, this whole being controlling over your man. Stop screaming at him, stop yelling at him, stop degrading him, and stop putting him down, because there's a lot of black women who do put black men down, who are trying to provide for his family, who are trying to make that child support, who are trying to provide for their children, who are trying to work and who are trying to make something of themselves. So I would encourage a lot of black women to stop putting pressure on your men and let them be men, and you be the woman. Let him be the provider. Let him make sure that, things are just being taken care of around the household and stuff. And that's the way it should be. That's how it's been back then, and that's how it should be now. But nowadays, it's women, it's all about empowerment now. It's all the feminists now. And women today, they feel like they have to be on top. And you can't be on top. Men are always on top. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how the Lord wanted it to be, and that's how it should be. So please just change that and stop trying to be over your men, and let the men be over you, and let them be the head of the household, and let them wear the pants, and let them be the provider. Okay, black women, get it together.